Good morning. It's Colorado Conversation with Melanie, and in the studio with me today, I have Gerard Torres. He is the Area Director of Southwest Denver Young Life. Good morning, Gerard.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. And I want to get people excited about what it is that you do. Tell us, what is Southwest Denver Young Life all about?
Southwest Denver Young Life, well, Young Life in itself is an international organization, and we actually are a faith-based organization founded in 1941, so have been around a little over 76 years, and we have impact in over 102 countries and reaching in about 2 million kids every single year with Young Life. And so Young Life is actually known for having caring adults and where they go where kids are. And I think that's like the biggest way to have impact with kids.
Absolutely. Our kids are our future, and we have to have positive influences in their life so they don't make the wrong decisions.
Yeah. I think the real thing is going where kids are, which is where they spend most of their time, which is the school campuses.
Oh, that's true.
And so having impact, whether it's building relationships, having caring adults, earning the right to be heard with kids by investing in them and supporting them in areas that they don't feel supported, whether it's through coaching, mentoring, or just simply showing up in their life on a consistent basis.
And you guys cover which area?
Our area is Alameda Boulevard to Quincy, and then Wadsworth to Broadway, if people are familiar with the area. So it's a kind of a big square for Southwest Denver Young Life, and we have about 17 schools within that area.
Oh my goodness. And now what is it that you guys actually do at the campuses?
Well, we have several, it's kind of a three-focus strategy. One of the big things that we kind of focus on is we ask the schools what the needs are. Because we are a faith-based organization, we know that it's against the law to talk about Jesus on the school campuses.
Right.
And so what we do is we come in and serve as volunteers to have an impact, whether it's enhancing their tutoring programs, whether it's classroom support, because classrooms are overpopulated with teachers and things like that. And so they just need the support to reduce the disruptions in the classroom. And so we come in as volunteers and provide that adult support. And then we also have one of the biggest needs, which is with the high percentage of free and reduced lunches in our communities, kids are hungry. And so we have food programming that we do on a weekly basis at each one of the schools that we have impact in.
Now, if someone's listening to this right now and they want to get involved with Southwest Denver Young Life, how is it that they can participate and be a volunteer with you guys?
There's multiple different ways that people can get involved. First and foremost, they could email me directly, which is gerard@denveryl.org, or they can contact me directly as well. And the cell phone number is 865-696-5956. Or they could even go to our website at southwestdenveryounglife.org, and they can find out more information about who we are, what we're doing, how we're impacting kids on a regular basis. Young Life is also known for having dynamic resort-style luxury youth camps. And every year, winter and summertime, we take kids to these camps to where they have the opportunity to hear about Jesus. Because that is our mission, is to introduce adolescents to Jesus and help them grow in their faith.
And why is there such a need in the Southwest area of Denver?
Well, a lot of the reason for the need for Young Life, and actually some of the schools have contacted us and saying, hey, we need support. And even though the kids are dealing with a lot of situations, you know, the climate that we're in. In Maryland, there was another school shooting, which was very devastating. I lived in that community for 3 years, almost 3 years. And so being able to have impact in the schools where we're talking about anti-bullying, we're talking about drug and alcohol prevention, we're talking about character education. And I did that for about 12 years with a parachurch organization called Primary Focus. And we taught character in the schools nationwide. And so that is the need. The kids are dealing with emotional health issues. They're dealing with drug addiction, even at the high school and middle school level, and being introduced to pornography and all these things that they're dealing with. So it's very important for the kids to have caring adults who will support them in areas where they don't feel supported and they feel like they have to resort to going to these other avenues of expression. And so, yeah.
This is a really sensitive subject for me because I think that our youth just needs to have so many more positive influence in their life besides what they see on social media. Have you noticed that our kids today are so much more desensitized? Nothing shocks them anymore.
Exactly.
When you're looking at social media and you're following somebody on Snapchat or Instagram and you watch, you know, the celebrities and how they live and life in general, they've become so desensitized to what is going on in the world around them. How do you feel that the Southwest Denver Young Life can impact where our social media is trying to take over?
Well, and I think with kids who desperately need positive influences. And you just mentioned that. Like sometimes having a positive influence in their life makes the world a difference because they have all these things pulling at their attention, whether it's social media, whether it's the internet, whether it's just the pressures of celebrities, of having to look or act and talk a certain way, performers, artists, things that are influencing them. But by bringing that positive influences in their life, like teacher mentors or like a young life leader who cares about them and is walking with life and helping them process those decisions because they desperately need help. And our goal is to be present in their life and be that positive influence to, in turn, help duplicate, so to speak, the healthy, productive lifestyle and be good contributors to their society.
So you really look for a lot of positive mentors out there to come and help these kids. Do they have to go through any kind of orientation? What is it that you guys look for when someone's going to come and volunteer to help those kids?
I think because of the state that this world is in, we actually do have an extensive screening process because it's not just providing caring adults, it's providing safe caring adults. And so we are passionate about that, and we have a very descriptive screening process to make sure that kids that or the leaders that we are putting in front of these kids they're emotionally healthy themselves, because we can't lead kids where we are not ourselves. And so we believe in making sure that process is effective.
I'm speaking with Gerard Torres. He's the area director of Southwest Denver Young Life. And you can get more information by going on their website at southwestdenveryounglife.org. And I'm sure you couldn't have one of these programs without donations.
Absolutely.
You need to have that kind of community impact, I'm sure.
Yeah. And unfortunately, what we do, because of the community that we're living in, a lot of times we reach out to local support. But the reality is, because of the socioeconomical status of majority of our community, with single income families, it takes a lot of support, and we just don't have that in our community. A lot of people refer to our area as a hard to fund area. But the good news is they can go to our website, and if you're listening, feel free to check out. And if you want to donate or contribute to what we're doing and want to be a financial partner, you can go to our giving page and it'll send you directly to where you need to go. But the good news is about that is that I just got word, and this is exciting news.
I love exciting news.
I just got word that every donation moving forward between now and the end of September to the end of our budget year, every donation, dollar for dollar, is going to be matched. And so that is an amazing opportunity to double your impact. So go to the website, go to the giving page, and let's make an impact on our kids, because without your support, we cannot do what we do and we cannot be effective.
I absolutely love that. SouthwestDenverYoungLife.org. We know that our children are our future. And I say kids really have no choice as to who they end up with. Okay. They really don't. And you need a license to drive. You need a license to fish, but anybody can have a kid and try and raise them to be good adults. It's very hard because they need your guidance. They need your advice.
Yeah.
They need you to show them right from wrong. If the family life is not good, that's all the child's going to know. And so having this kind of positive influence in their life, and they can say, you know what, I can make things different.
Absolutely.
I can stop this vicious cycle. And what you guys are doing by going in there and showing them just exactly what they need to do, I think that's a wonderful thing, Gerard.
Absolutely. And the biggest thing that we try to focus on is really three things: relationships, adventure, leadership. And I think half the battle is showing these kids that they could have something other than what they're currently experiencing.
Oh, that's true.
And so by giving them an experience outside of their current box, it exposes them to new adventures, and they can actually start dreaming again. Because I think our society and kids have lost the ability to dream again and to have a positive thinking towards their future.
Southwest Denver Young Life, go over to their website, southwestdenveryounglife.org. Get involved, become a volunteer, donate monetary funds so that they can keep these programs going. And right now, until the end of September, your donations will be matched. And so that's a really great thing to have that even more of an impact. Gerard, is there anything else you want to let our listeners know?
I think, for one, we are tremendously grateful and humbled for the opportunity to be able to share with what we are doing in our community. We are actually, Southwest Denver Young Life is part of a bigger vision. I'm also a full-time staff member with Denver Metro Young Life, where we have multiple different area directors within the city and trying to impact Denver Metro, surrounding areas, suburbs. So Young Life is a pretty well-known organization here within the state, but even nationwide. And so even if you're not here locally, there are opportunities for you to get plugged in, and you can find that info at younglife.org.
And you just got to get the word out about you and have
Absolutely.
more people be a part of this and really impact positively in those young people's life, because we definitely need them to help us with our future.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we're just humbled to be a part of it.
SouthwestDenverYoungLife.org is where you can go to donate, find out more about this organization, and help the kids of our future, because they definitely need that positive influence in their life. We know how it can be. It's so tough out there. And I always say too, the first 18 years of their life is so small compared to what the rest of their life has to offer. And so if you can do something in those first 18 years, you can trigger something really good in them.
Yeah. And statistics show that if they are not positively impacted by the time they're 18, it's 10 times harder for them to change their destructive lifestyle.
And that's very true. Well, Gerard, thank you so much for what it is that you're doing.
Thank you very much.
SouthwestDenverYoungLife.org is where you can go and help Gerard just get that message out there and help the youth of our future. This has been Colorado Conversation with Melanie. Have a fantastic weekend.